So good afternoon dear students, how are you? Today we are going to start a new lesson of English, that is how the first letter was written, right? How the first letter was written. So I will read the textbook, please listen to it carefully. Once upon a most early time was a Neolithic man. Neolithic means it was the time of Stone Age, it's ancient time, right? So he lived cavily in a cave, he lived easily in a cave, he used to live in a cave. And he wore very few clothes, and he couldn't read and he couldn't write, and he didn't want to. So he could not read, he could not write, and he did not want to read and write, right? And except when he was hungry, he was quite happy. He was hungry and also he was very happy. His name was Tegumai Bobsulai, and that means man who does not put his foot forward in a hurry. Means he does not put forward in a hurry. He don't do in a hurry. He do nothing in hurry. He is never in hurry. Okay. But we, oh best beloved, will call him Tegumai for short. And his wife name was Teshumai Tivindro. His wife name was Teshumai Tivindro, and that means lady who asks a very many questions. Means that means his name Teshumai Tivindro means that she used to ask many questions again and again, right? But we, oh beloved, will call her Teshumai for short. And his little girl daughter's name, and his little girl's daughter name was Tafimai Metilumai, and that means small person without any manners who ought to be spanked. So his daughter's name meaning was she does not has any manners, but I am going to call her Taffy. So she used to call her Taffy, and she was Tegumai Gopalsai best beloved and her own mummy's best beloved. So she was very beloved by her both mother and father, and she was not spanked half as much as was good for her, and they were all three very happy. So they used to live in a cave very happily. Now attend and listen. One day, Tegumai Bopsulai went down through the beaver swamp to the Wagai river to spear carpfish for dinner, and Taffy went too. So his father and daughter, they both went for hunting for fishes. They went into a river to spear carpfish. Right? So Tegumai's spear was made of wood with sharp teeth at the end. The spear was made up of wood. The spear was made up of wood, and the sharp was sharp teeth, and the sharp edge was the sharp teeth. And before he had caught any fish at all, he accidentally broke it clean across by jabbing it down too hard on the bottom of the river. So before he could catch any fish, what he did, he threw it in the river, and the teeth was broken. They were miles and miles away from home, and Tegumai had forgotten to bring any extra spear. So she was very far from her home, and that time she had forgotten to bring extra spears. Here's a pretty kettle of fish, said Tegumai. It will take me half the day to mend this. There, your big black spear at home, said Taffy. Let me run back to the cave and ask mommy to give it to me. So Taffy said, there is a black big spear at the home, so let me go to the home and bring it back again. It's too far for you little fat legs, said Tegumai. Besides, you might fall into the beaver swamp and be drowned. We must make the best of a bad job. He sat down and took out a little leather mandy bag full of reindeer sinews and strips of leather and lumps of beeswax and resin, and began to mend the spear. So he had many things in his bag, like the strips of leather, reindeer sinews, and lumps of beeswax. And he started to repair that spear. So what happened next? Taffy sat down too with her toes in the water and her chin in her hand, and thought very hard. That she said, I say, Daddy, it's an awful nuisance that you and I don't know how to write, isn't it? If we did, we could send a message for the new spear. So she said, we both don't know how to read and write. If we had knew how to read and write, so we would have sent a letter to mommy, and she would have given us a new spear, right? Just then a stranger man came along the river, but he belonged to a far tribe, the Tevaras. and he did not understand one word of Tegumai's language. So there an unknown man came, he was from the another tribe. So he didn't knew anything about his Tegumai's language. He stood on the bank and smiled at Tefi because he had a little girl's daughter of his own at home. So he looked at Tefi and he smiled because he too had a daughter at his home. Tegumai drew a hand of deer sinews from his mending bag and began to mend his spear. Come here, said Tefi. Do you know where my mummy lives? And the stranger man said, So Tefi asked the stranger man in her language that, do you know my mummy? So the stranger man replied, right. Silly, said Tefi, and she stamped her foot because she saw a shoal of very big carp going up the river just when her daddy couldn't use the spear. So don't bother grown-ups, said Tegumai. So busy with her spear mending that he did not turn around. I aren't, said Tefi. I only want him to do what I want him to do, and he won't understand. So Tefi said that he's not understanding. I want him something to do, but he's not understanding because there was a language barrier, right? Then don't bother me, said Tegumai, and he went on pulling and straining at the deer sinews with his mouth full of loose ends. So he was again and again continuously he was mending the spear. The stranger man, a genuine Tevara, he was, sat down on the grass and Tefi showed him what her daddy was doing. The stranger man thought, this is a very wonderful child. She stamps her foot at me and makes faces. She must be the daughter of that noble chief who is so great that he won't take any notice of me.